Welcome guys, so this will be my second March of the Machine sealed. I played best of 3 yesterday and I was very lucky, I would have to say. I managed to get a trophy. I went 4-1. Obviously in best of 1 you need to get to 7 wins to get the trophy. I'll just start it off and see what happens. And, well, the first lucky thing yesterday, I got 3 excellent black rares. I had Invasion of Fiora, the board sweeper. I had Sheoldred, and I had the Broodlord. All very expensive things, but it did sort of manage to work out. So I can see we've got a lot of multicoloured cards here. I mean, we do have 2 more rares because this set has multiverse legend cards, and if we look at these carefully, it has a different this one, Grimgrin Corpspawn, has a multiverse legends icon. So yeah, we'll check later to see what other things of the other 2 rares we've got. So we have Glissika, Herald of Predation, green black 3 for a 3/5. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose 1. Incubate 2 twice. Seems good, so you can then spend 4 mana and get a couple of grizzly bears. Transform all incubator tokens you control, so then you can the next turn you can transform them for free. And these things do not have summoning sickness when they transform. I mean, if the incubator's been in play for a turn, you can transform it and it doesn't have summoning sickness, which isn't. I don't think it's very clear because there's obviously, we know sagas, when they turn into a creature in step 3, they don't necessarily, they have to have haste for them before they can attack or do anything, and that's a transform effect. But this seems to not work in the same way, which is interesting. Then the third option here, Phyrexians you control gain first strike and death touch until end of turn. Wow. Okay, so I was wondering, because the other Glissika is the 3/3 for 3 with first strike and death touch, and yeah, it's on here as well. It gives it to your entire team at the beginning of combat, which is, well, every Phyrexian. So that seems pretty darn good. And it's in green as well. I didn't actually have any of the green mana fixing cards yesterday. So yeah, and I just went for a 2-color deck. I just went for green and black yesterday. So maybe there's scope for 3 colors today, because it looks like we've got other. Because yeah, we've got blue rares here. We've got the blue-black rare, and then we've got white-black. We've got white-blue. So let's look at this. We'll look at the 2 blue rares actually first. So Rona, Herald of Invasion, 1/3 for 2 mana. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, untap Rona, Herald of Invasion. She taps to draw a card, then discard a card. Nice. So yeah, that's a pretty decent 2-drop that can help you, fix your opening hand, draw into lands that you might need. For 5 and 1 black Phyrexian, transform Rona, and she becomes Rona Tolarian Obliterator, 5/5 trample. So she's a Phyrexian. Whenever a source deals damage to Rona Tolarian Obliterator, that source's controller exiles a card from their hand at random. And if it's a land card, you can put it onto the battlefield under your control. Otherwise, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. So when she transforms, you really do not want to mess with the Tolarian Obliterator. So yeah, blocking it, lightning bolting it. Yeah. So yeah, pretty good card, and it's also a good 2-drop that can fix the opening hand. The other blue card is 2 blue and 2 Zephyr Singer, Siren Pirate, 3/4 flying vigilance with convoke to make it easier to cast. When Zephyr Singer enters the battlefield, put a flying counter on each creature that convoked it. That's really quite cool. So permanent flying for a bunch of things, but they do have to tap, of course. So if it's, if you want to make your, let's say, Grimgrin have flying, you've got to tap it down, so it's going to be missing an attack phase potentially. Still, could be a great breakthrough card. So I think we'll look at this Grimgrin. I did run into this guy on the other side of the board yesterday. So he's a zombie warrior. He's a 5/5. He managed to kill me as well because I thought I was safe. I was down to 1 life, but he was tapped, and he has an ability: sacrifice another creature to untap, and he gets a +1/+1 counter. He sacrificed something with a death trigger that did me damage. So the 3/2 black artifact creature. So Grimgrin Corpseborn enters the battlefield tapped and doesn't untap during an untap step. You have to sacrifice a creature to untap him, but it does make him bigger. Whenever Grimgrin attacks, destroy target creature defending player controls, then put a +1/+1 counter on Grimgrin. Wow, I didn't notice that ability. I was, yeah. I tell you what. I didn't have any creatures when he was declared as an attacker. I'm glad, which was nice. I didn't even read that last line of text on his card. In response to him declaring his attackers, after he declared his attackers, I popped my incubators and made a couple of 4/4 creatures to try and block and hold on. So if I'd done that in response to him declaring, before he declared his attackers, he'd have been able to pop one of them. So that seems like a pretty powerful effect. That is a mythic, yeah. But you want fodder creatures, maybe things that can come back from the grave, and then you're laughing. We've got a bit of we've got a blue-white thing here, Errant and Giada. Blue, white, and 1, 2, 3, flash flying. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast spells with flash or flying from the top of your library, such as Zephyr Singer, by the way, that has flying. But, 2, 3 flying for 3 with flash is quite good. We're probably not going to get enough flying creatures for this to give us much value. But yeah, playable, definitely playable. We have a battle card, Invasion of Tolvada, black, white, and 3, 5 battle counters. When Invasion of Tolvada enters the battlefield, return target non-battle permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Wow. So this is a 5 mana reanimate. And it can be any permanent. It could be an enchantment or an artifact as well, as long as it's not a battle. When you take the 5 battle counters off, you get an enchantment, the Broken Sky. Creature tokens, so it's only tokens. Creature tokens you control get +1 power and have life link. At the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. Cool. You get 1/1 flyers, and well, in fact, they're going to be 2/1 lifelink flyers. That seems really good. So it just, gives you, you've got a reanimation effect, and then it gives you a creature maker, and the creatures have flying as well. Really good. Maybe as good as Glissika, who also is a creature maker. So we might have a tricky choice here. It's quite obviously got quite a lot of blue. Anyway, we'll have to, obviously we're going to look at the rest of the cards. Sometimes it's very clear from the rares what you want to play. So yesterday getting three amazing black rares kind of well, helped me figure out half of the deck. We look at the rares. Okay, we have, I did run into this card yesterday, Inga and Essika. So blue, green and 2, 4/4. Creatures you control have vigilance and can tap to add mana of any colour that can only be used to cast creatures. And whenever you cast a creature spell, if 3 or more mana from creatures was spent to cast it, draw a card. Okay. Pretty cool card draw engine, but and it's a pretty good ramp as well. But yeah, it's maybe not consistent, and it's sort of it gives your opponent counterplay if they can blow up your creatures, that you're not going to have the benefit of this card draw thing. It doesn't go too well with the other rares. Well, I mean, we could still go black, green, blue. We could go for a Sultai deck because we do have the good blue rares. So yeah, that could actually work. Hirobi Death's Whale is a multiverse legend. 4/4 flying for 4. Whenever a creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, destroy that creature. I love that. That kind of beats combat tricks. You kind of want some innocuous ability that is reusable, like tap target creature. Got to be a little bit careful when you play this, so you're not actually blowing up your own things. Very interesting. 4/4 flying for 4 is not too bad as well, not too shabby. Anyway, so I think that's the rares. We might look at, yeah, blue, green, black. We might splash white for Invasion of Tolvada as well. So maybe a 4-colour deck. We'll see if we can get away with it. I'll tell you what, I usually start with white, but I'm going to go the opposite direction. So here's our multicoloured cards. I think we probably end up leaving out Errant Agyada, because this is one of those cards. It's going to be good in a blue-white deck where you can play it on curve. But this deck, we're going to be splashing for white. And it's probably going to be a dead card we can't cast a lot of the time. We'll look at artifacts now. Oh yeah, we've got... I do have rares and mythics turned on, that's right. So, artifacts, here we go. Flywheel Racer. 3/2. Crew 1. Vigilance. Add 1 mana of any colour. Activate only if he's a creature. So, mana fixing. Immediately. Just needs to be crewed by another creature. Kite Sail gives flying to anything. Pretty good. Somebody nearly beat me with this yesterday. Skittering Surveyor. Yes, I was very jealous when people had this yesterday. Any basic land card. So in the artifacts we've already got 2 mana fixing things, so our chance of going 4 colours is much better. Phyrexian Archivist, 4/5 reach for 6. You can put cards on the bottom of your library. So we're not too interested in that. We'll start with green. So I use the bread system. So it's an acronym that stands for bombs, removal, evasion, aggro, and dross. And trouble is when you do follow that religiously, you kind of add everything to the deck. So I'm just over here I'm adding all the cards that are probably going to be viable. So I try to focus just on bombs, removal, and evasion. And also mana fixing is obviously going to be huge here. Placid Rottentail, 1/1 vigilance. Well, that's pretty sweet. So it can you can exile it from the graveyard to get a couple of +1/+1 counters. Fungus Rabbit. It's good, but it's not quite good enough. The Iridescent Blade Master. I mean, I played this. I had a couple of these yesterday. It's basically a grizzly bear that you can pump late game, and it's actually exceeded my expectations yesterday. It was actually really good. But we skip it. But this comes under aggro, so getting a good mana curve, a decent number of 2-drops and 3-drops. That's what we fill the deck out with later, basically. Streetwise Negotiator, 0/2 with backup 1. Oh, assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So this is a 3/3 for 2 mana, effectively. That's pretty cool. But we actually skip it for the moment. Vengeant Earth. This is exciting. Right, target creature or land you control becomes a 4/4 elemental with haste. In addition to its other types until end of turn, it must be blocked this turn if able. So that is an interesting take on green removal. 2 mana. Really good early game when they've just played a creature. I'm going to count this as removal. And it means your creature, it could still be relevant late game. Gives your creature 4/4 base stats. So if it's something with tokens, maybe from a Placid Rottentail, it's going to be a 6/6. The Wary Thespian. Yeah, ran into this yesterday. Very good card. When it enters the battlefield or dies, surveil 1. So look at the top card of your library and you can put it into the graveyard. So I think this is great. This is sort of early mana fixing. And it's very aggressive. It's 3/1. So I think we like that a lot. Cami of Whispered Hopes. 1/1 for 3. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters we put on a permanent you control, that many +1 +1/+1 counters I put on that permanent. Add X, tap to add X mana of any one colour where X is Cami of Whispered Hope's power. So we have a mana dude. X mana fixing, it's mana of any colour. Really good. It costs 3. So it's a little bit more expensive, but if we're going for 4 colours, that's going to be invaluable. Tandem Takedown, good removal card. It is double green, might be hard to cast if we're full colour. War Historian, interesting, has indestructible as long as it attacked a battle this turn. It's not very useful. If it's attacked a battle, it's tapped. Oh right, no, if it's attacking a battle then it's getting blocked, it's got indestructible. Okay, fair enough. I like this guy because I like anything with reach, so reach is anti-evasion. I don't want I hate dying to small flyers, so I basically count reach as evasion. Converter Beast, 4 mana. Enters the battlefield, incubate 5. Okay, so pay 6 mana, get a 5/5, and a 0/1. Basically. So yeah, probably not that amazing, really. But yeah, obviously you can pay 4 and then 2, rather than having to pay 6 outright. So that can fit more easily into your mana curve. So yeah, that's just okay. We've got 2 Notvold Hermits. 4/4 for 4. It can transform for 5 and a Phyrexian blue mana. Becomes a 5/5, so it only gets +1/+1. Whenever it attacks up to one other target creature, has base power and toughness 5/5 till end of turn. That's pretty cool. So that could obviously go on your Converter Beast, your 0/1 thing, to make it useful. It doesn't have to be an attacking creature. That can go on your Kami of Whispered Hopes, so it can add 5 mana. That's pretty interesting as well. So, really interesting card. Is it a bomb, though? It adds a lot of power and toughness to the board, potentially. I think we'll skip it for the moment. It's something we add later if we're definitely playing green. But it's looking like we definitely want to play green. Ravenous Sailback, 3/4 for 5, uncommon. When it enters the battlefield, it can gain haste, or you can destroy target artifact or enchantment. And I think the way the incubators work, they transform, but they're still the same target. So you can target a token. If they transform in response, you still kill it because it's still the same target. It doesn't, when it transforms, it does not sort of break targeting. So that's a removal card and a creature. And because there are quite a few of these tokens running around, I'm going to say that's good. I think that is going to find a target more often than not. I think that's a good removal card. Wildwood Escort, you can get a creature or battle card from back to your hand. So it's a 3/3 for 5, but with a raised dead effect. But it's a bit of card advantage. But I don't think it's not a bomb or anything. It's nice to have if you've got maybe room in the deck. Jungle Hollow would help a lot. If we're going for a lot of colours, I think I'll look at these multicolored cards later. Actually, well, no, let's look at them now. Invasion of Ergamon. Oh, that's nice. So that makes a treasure token. We're not thinking of playing red at the moment. Then you can discard and draw. That's a really nice sort of ramp and hand fixing thing. And then the creature can you can discard a card and search for a land or battle. So I think I will just consider that card, even though we might not be playing red. Radhar is, the dude with domain that can pump things. I think we skip that. Mutagen Connoisseur, 0/5 for 3 with flying and vigilance. Gets +1 power for each transform permanent you control. Oh yeah, so your of course your incubators transform. So that's the main source of transform permanents for this guy. I think he's quite a good blocker. 0/5 flying. Just a nice flying wall, really, to have. So that's pretty good. We'll go to and have a look at red. Right, Aki Scrap Chomper. I think we skip most of these cards because red would probably be a splash colour. We'll just see if there's anything amazing in here that makes us want to play red. Beamtown Beatstick, +1/0 and Menace. Oh. And it makes treasure tokens. That's nice. So you can have your mana fixing color can be red in this set because it's we're making a lot of treasures. This is the good against only white and blue removal card. Okay, combat trick. Oh, this is discard and draw 2. This battle. That's a good one. Yeah, Praxter, quite nice. Volcanic, there we go, Volcanic Spite. So this is a proper removal card. I think I'd include this invasion because that's pretty good. Caster's Depth Guard is good. Furnace Rains. Oh yeah, you take control of something. Dreadship. Yeah, it seems nice. It's got haste. It incubates 2. So if you've got 5 mana, you can. It's basically a 4/1 haste. But yeah, not that amazing. This has got the first strike and backup, which is good. Scrappy Bruiser. Gives other things trample, but then the creature gets bounced. Which, obviously, if it's got an enter the board thing, that might be good. Right. Then we've got a nice burn spell, so that's good. This has got Menace, that's evasion, we like that. Shivan Branch Burner, obviously that has evasion. Zada Hedron Grinder, 3/3 for 4. You can. Oh. Right. So your combat tricks suddenly hit your entire team. That's pretty cool. Only hits your own creatures. Pretty cool. I think it's worth playing. So anyway, there's a smattering of red cards that are good. Look at black. Yeah, it could drink a 1/1 lifelink. and I can incubate 2 from the graveyard for 1 mana, so it can become a grizzly bear. That does seem good to me. Okay, in total for the whole thing, it's going to be 4 mana. 1 to cast it. After it dies, it's 3 mana to actually make the 2/2. But it seems like good value, and you're paying in installments, so it makes it easy to fit into a curve. I think, yeah, I mean, I'm adding it. I don't know why I'm adding it. It's not, obviously it's not a bomb or a removal card. It doesn't have evasion. Mirrodin Avenged is removal. I did try a copy of this. I wasn't too impressed with it, though, because possibly didn't quite have the right deck. You want Ichor Drinkers. You want sort of cheap 1/1s to trade up, basically, with this. Still, it is a removal spell. I think we have to include it. Scornblade Berserker is really good, I think. You can, it's a cheap sort of chump blocker you can sack for a card. I think we'll skip past it for the moment. Here we go. Yeah, this guy's really good. So 1/1 Death Touch that can transform and become a card advantage engine. So that's really good. Creatures with Death Touch are basically removal. Etched Familiar. This is the dude that killed me yesterday when I was on 1 life. I got sacrificed to the Grimgrin. Ichor Shade, yep, grows bigger but you have to have artifact or creature put into the graveyard from the battlefield this turn. You can't just discard it. Yeah, I think it's just okay. It's hard to get your opponent to cooperate and kill your stuff. Obviously, it goes really well with the Scornblade. So anything with sacrifice lets you control what you're putting into the graveyard. Okay, Vanquish the Weak, removal spell. You've got to remember this one is destroy target creature with power 3 or less. Don't be like me and confuse that for casting cost 3 or less, which I did in one about a year ago, and I still remember it. Oh my god, Deadly Derision. This is fantastic. So 2 black and 2. Destroy instant speed, destroy target creature or planeswalker, and create a treasure token. So that's fantastic. Hirobi. Let me think. Mirrodin Avenged. Destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. Are you allowed to target something that wasn't damaged? Because that would make Hirobi better. I think, well, obviously we include this because he is an evasion creature. He's a 4/4. Tenured Oilcaster has menace technically, so maybe it's it's an evasion creature. Etched Host Doombringer does a bit of direct damage, does a 2-point drain life, and can hit a battle. He can also add 3 defense counters to one of your opponent's spells. He's sort of interesting. He didn't make the cut yesterday. Not quite sure how good he is. I think we're going to have too many 5-drops, so I think he will not make the cut. I will add this Invasion of New Capenna thing. Wait, we've already got. I was thinking it was Invasion of Tolvada. Yeah, no, this is another battle. Not sure where it went actually. Oh right, because it's a 2 mana battle. When it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice an artifact or creature. When you do, exile target artifact or creature and opponent controls. Really cool removal spell. Very nice indeed. And you sacrifice and they have to exile as well. Really good with your Ica Shade, having another sacrifice outlet. Another good argument for splashing white, but it is a 2-drop. But it's also a really good removal spell, so you don't have to play this on turn 2. This is probably pretty good on turn 5 or turn 6. And the artifact you get, whenever a creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature, and each other creature you control that shares a creature type with it. So, Phyrexian, in other words. And there's only one to equip. Yeah, how many Phyrexians have we got? Just 2, actually. 4 humans. Okay, so that was black. That black seems good. We've included 11 black cards. We've got 11 green cards as well. Let's look at blue for a bit. Change the equation. Yep, it's uncommon. Counter spell. So counter a 2 mana spell. Or just counter any red or green spell. Green's going to be really popular in this because there's so many multicolored cards. There's going to be people that want to play their multicolored bombs and play 3-color decks, and they're going to need green as the mana fixing color. So arguably this is a really good removal spell. I think, yeah, include that. Furtive Analyst. So 3 mana, can draw and discard for 2 mana. I think it's too expensive for that effect. It's too slow to kind of fix your opening hand. By the time you're getting to turn 4 and getting to use it for the first time and having to spend 2 mana. Nah. But it's pretty good. It's a 1/4 wall, so it is a nice blocker. Preening Champion is the 2/2 flyer that now makes a 1/1 on the ground. So that's got evasion. That's good. Inga Rune Eyes, scry 3, and draw 3 when she dies, if 3 or more creatures died this turn. I think that is potentially a bomb. If you can arrange to draw 3 cards. Scrying 3 is just a very good edge the battlefield effect as well. I think I include that. Meeting of Minds draws 2. Yep. It's okay. Protocol Knight, 3/4 for 4. Tap something down. You stun it if you control another knight. Well, okay, it takes out a blocker. Arguably this is a form of evasion, so I think I'm interested in both of those. And then we've got the Zephyr Singer. And it felt like we got through blue very quickly there. We added everything, almost. And there weren't very many cards. Wrath, Weatherlight, Stalwart. Yeah, it's got a card draw engine for instants and sorceries. Which is, and then you can pump your entire team. He's a bit of a bomb, really, Wrath, Weatherlight, Stalwart. So I'll include him, and there's Errant and Gyada. Well, I'll include that because it's got flying. Left it out initially, but yeah. Red, blue land. Okay. Now we look at white, and we'll decide if white is anything more than a splash colour here, I guess. Elspeth Smite. 3 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. And it gets exiled. That's a really great removal card. 2/2 lifelink, yep. Angelic Intervention. It's a protection spell, which I find hard to evaluate. I think I'm less interested in combat tricks because I might be playing Hirobi, and I might end up blowing up my own creatures. Yeah, Sunblessed Guardian transforms. Yeah, yeah, it's okay. Sunder the Gateway. This destroys non-token artifact or enchantment, so it can't blow up incubators. But yeah, it's, I suppose, removal spell with upside, you could argue. Cut short, kills a tapped thing, that's pretty good. Invasion of Dominaria, 2 of those. Gain 4 life and draw a card. That's nice, and you get a Serra Faithkeeper, which is a Serra Angel. 4/4 Flying Vigilance. That seems absolutely great. Scroll Shift. Yep, gives you another enter the board effect. Can be a protection spell like the Intervention. Seal from Existence is a good removal spell. Knight of the New Coalition. Makes another knight, so you get a couple of 2/2 knights. Okay, fair enough. Golden Scale Aeronaut is a flyer, so we like that. Okay, I think so we're finished with just the first pass. I've selected 61 cards. I see red is the odd one out. So we cut red straight away. Trouble is, it's got some really good cheap things that we're just never going to be able to play on curve. That's double red. Even that's double red. Okay, yeah, red's not happening. Drop the red lands as well. Unfortunately, all the lands, three of the 4 lands contain red. Then we decide. So what we're going to do. So mana curve wise, you typically want to go sort of 2, 7, 6, 4, 3, 1. So we've got too many 4-drops. I think I'll have to just do this, via the just by looking at the mana curve. I think we really like Invasion of Tolvada. Glissa's good. I think Grimgrin's pretty good. I think we can drop a sailback. Golden Scale Aeronaut. It's nice enough, but I think we can drop that. We like Inga and Essica. I think that's good. I think I can drop Tenured Oilcaster. Hirobi, Deadly Derision. Zephyr Singer is double blue. Hirobi's double black. Which is probably a bit greedy. If black is going to be a main colour here, because it's got early stuff, maybe we can get away with double black. But yeah, I guess I'm less excited by the knights. They can get dropped. Inga Rune Eyes is pretty good. You might have to drop Zephyr Singer because it's hard to cast something with 2 blue in a 4-colour deck. But I'll keep it for now. obviously we keep the surveyor. So we're looking at dropping 6 3-drops and 3 2-drops and a 1-drop. Well, let's drop. We're splashing white, aren't we? Yeah, that's what we figured out. We're splashing white, so it's quite simple. We you know, you can't cast Elspeth's Smite on curve very easily. Unfortunately, same for Wrath. Oh, the Invasion of New Capenna. That might be the one we keep. Oh, Invasion of Dominaria is so good, though. Seal from Existence is double white. Anyway, yeah, white is the splash colour, so we cut these. Just have to be brutal. Yeah. And then we only need to cut 2 more cards. Maybe Tandem Takedown is just a little bit iffy being double green. Probably Zephyr Singer just gets cut. It's just, yeah, it's double blue. Too hard to cast. But keep the black cards. We're not too sure about Vengeant Earth, if that's actually a good card or not. But I suppose there's definitely an argument. We could maybe cut blue and replace it with white if I think the white removal and Invasion of Dominaria is worth playing. Really like drawing a card and gaining 4 life from this one. That seems ridiculously good. And we could play 3 removal spells in white. Just go white, black, green. Yeah, I just have to think, how much do I care about Inga Rune Eyes, Mutagen Connoisseur, and Inga and Essica? Drop all of these. So drop those blue things. We can maybe splash for 2 blue things, and then go for removal, 2 invasions, another removal. It is double white. I think, yeah, on balance, yeah, drop Grimgrin just because I mean, he's basically a walking removal card. We've got to sacrifice our creatures to get him to work. Sort of risky, and we're having to splash for him. Maybe he's amazing, but I'm not sure for this deck. I'm just dropping a... And then we could play another flyer. We've also got to look at black and green, because we've got some interesting things here. We like the Ica Drinker, Scorn Blade Berserker. And the theory is we're playing a... Black was going to be one of the main colours here. So... yeah, we've got quite a lot of interesting stuff. Not sure about Vengeant Earth. I don't know how good that's going to be. And that could risk my lands. Which we might... yeah, we might not be able to risk our lands. Yeah, a bit of a tricky one. Okay, what have we ended up with? Okay, curve-wise... yeah, we want 3 more 2-drops, I suppose. And drop a couple of 3-drops. Probably Seal from Existence is just too hard to cast, because it's double white. If we want 2-drops, and we've decided white's a main colour, we get that one and that one. These are 1-drops. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a 3/3, basically. Take another Blade Master, and then we filled out the 2-drop slot here. We've got a total of 11 creatures. That doesn't seem like very many. Maybe the aeronaut. We've got room for another 5-drop at this point. Okay, yeah, that is a lot of it's a lot of thinking. It's probably enough thinking for the moment. I think I would drop 1 Mirrodin Avenged. I don't think you want 2 of those. You don't want to have to rely on this as a removal card. Maybe we try and get 2 white for Seal from Existence. Maybe that's a bit better. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna. I don't know if this is the finalised deck, but I will call that end of part 1, and I will have a bit more of a think. Thanks for watching so far. And I'm back. So yeah, I've had a bit of a think. I've gone for the 3 colours. Well, no, what we're talking about, I've gone back to 4 colours. I decided Grimgrin is just kind of a fun card, and so I've tried to build around Grimgrin a little bit. So I've decided, when I realised, so this is going to be a sacrifice deck. We've also got Invasion of New Capenna, right, where you can sacrifice and exile something. So I beelined for anything that gives you extra creatures. So that's why I've added Knight of the New Coalition, Converter Beast, and Ichor Drinker. So I've got a few more creatures in the deck, and if you've got more creatures in the deck, it makes sense to be playing Inga and Essika as well, so the creatures can... this can potentially be a card draw engine. The thing that might be a little bit tricky, obviously I'm going 3 colours, and it's an equal split between plains, swamps, and forests. I think this is highly risky. I've got 1 jungle hollow, so I've got 6 swamps, 6 forests. And I was thinking I could try and make white a splash colour, but I do really like Invasion of Dominaria, so I could cut this 2-drop and put something else in, and then I could go down to 4 plains and maybe add another forest. That's sort of what I'm thinking about at the moment. Yeah, well, I think I kind of like it as it is at the moment. The 2 drops we've got to replace this 2/2. I don't think we've got too many options. I don't think I'm a big fan of Vengeant Earth, but we've got quite a lot more options at 3. If we want to go down to 6 2-drops, and up to 8 3-drops. Obviously, so Seal from Existence is double white. Can't really play that. We've got 2 Etched Familiars, 2 Ichor Shades. I think so. I could bring in Etched Familiar for the Alabast Host Sanctifier, and then drop down maybe to 4 plains. I could do that, but I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I might do that later. Yeah, I'll stick with this for now. I'm curious to see if it'll work. We're just going to roll the dice, and if we're lucky, it will just work. I've got, I think, 3 mana fixing things in the deck. Well, there you go. You see, we've got black and green mana, and we've drawn out Alabaster Host Sanctifier. So if we had that 3-drop instead, this would be a better hand. And then, of course, we've got 1 awkward, expensive thing, which is obviously going to happen. We do have double black for Deadly Derision. There's an argument you go Swamp, Ichor Drinker turn 1, and then maybe you can swing in for 1 damage. But we could just play the tap land and gain 1 life that way. And then if we top deck another 2-drop, we've got something stronger we can play on turn 2. Okay, we're going to keep this. Well, there you go. We've got a 2-drop. We could leave the tap land till turn 3. Go 1-drop, 2-drop, and maybe my opponent will panic. Okay, okie doke. What have we got there? Streetwise Negotiator. He's pretty cool. So we've actually, it's worked out well. We've got several 2-drops, so we don't mind playing a tap land. I think we swing in. And the one we'll trade off is the sort of mana intensive creature here. This thing can obviously pump up our lifelinker as well, which is quite good. So he's hit his 3 colours of mana, as my opponents often seem to do. And he's able to get through with his Death Toucher. He's blown that up. With Collective Nightmare. Okay. He doesn't draw any cards off this yet. He needs to pay 4 mana before he can do that. Okay, I'm going to play Jungle Hollow. So the risk is he has an untapped land. He turns this into a 3/3 and swings in and draws a card. So I don't think I can give this a token. I've got to have this as a blocker. But I can just swing in with this and have a 3/3 blocker. But we've not hit our 4th land drop yet. Okay, flyer. Which transforms into something else. And of course, he's going to attack with that. I don't really want to block it. Let's read this card. Becomes a 2/4. Look at the top card. If it's a land, you can put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hand. Nice. So for 4 mana, bit of an advantage, and a 2/4. So we're obviously not blocking that to do that. Ah, well, that's pretty sweet. So activate sorcery speed. This is instant speed removal. So I think we swing in, and whatever he transforms is getting blown up at instant speed. If he's, transforming something. Obosh the Prey Piercer. Oh gosh. Odd mana value deals damage. It deals double damage. Okay. That is a 2-drop. That is a 2-drop. But Obosh is going to deal 6 damage, effectively. So that's obviously a target. Good use of mana, blow up Obosh, I think. Get a treasure as well. Okay, could play Glissika, but I could take this opportunity to play a Grimgrin. Could cut short. It's going to be hard to get Grimgrin out of the hand, I think. Whereas I do have 5 planes in the deck. And I've got loads of land in the deck, so I can hopefully play Glissika. But we're going to have no answer to his dudes. I think. Yeah, obviously you can get card advantage every turn with this, so he'll probably do the flyer. I might as well swing in, though, with this guy. Keep my life total ticking over. And then play Grimgrin. And end the turn. Yeah, we didn't hit a 5th land, of course, but that's never going to be guaranteed. So he loses 2 life. He draws 2 cards. That's a pretty good card. He doesn't have... Right. So yeah, the Ica Drinker is getting sacrificed. My turn. Okay, we have a flywheel racer. That's interesting. It doesn't have haste, I'll point out, so you can't use the mana ability this turn. You've got to wait a turn like any other mana dude. I think what this means is we're going to untap Grimgrin and sacrifice a Ica Drinker. He becomes a 6/6. We blow up the 4/4. We'll hold this back to block. That's quite a lot of damage, by the way. He's got a Death Toucher. I completely forgot about that, didn't I? Never mind. Probably could have attacked with that guy. Play the Flywheel Racer and... yeah, exile that from the graveyard, incubate 2, and end turn. If I'd blown up the Death Toucher, of course, he could have double blocked, and that would have been a better trade for me. Or he would have had to take... oh no, I'd be 7/7. He wouldn't be able to have been able to double block. So I just made a pretty bad error there, I think it's fair to say. He's not transforming that, by the way. This can get pumped to 4/4. In my turn. Ooh, we actually hit a 5th land. Lucky old me. So my opponent's hit 7 land. He did, of course, draw 2 cards. That helps a lot. Glissika, yeah, beginning of combat. Phyrexians get, yeah, cool stuff. Also have technically 6 mana, because I can use that. But yeah, we just play Glissika and hope he doesn't counter it, I think. He has something at instant speed, right? Oh no! I have 3 cards in graveyard. Copy target spell. Right, okay. Well, he had a really cool rare card as well. We're going to both have a Glissika. That's nice. Incubate 2 twice, please. Next. No attacks. And end turn. That's only fair, isn't it? He's my rare gets copied by his rare. Okay, that's got menace. That's a big nasty thing. And that comes a big flyer. That's quite scary as well. Incubate 2 twice. Okay, my turn. There's the plains. Wow, that's a good top deck. So, yes, we can cut short of 4-3. It's instant speed. Killing a Glissika might be better. I've got 4, 5, 6, 7 potential mana, so... Right. Let's think... Oh, I can turn all of these into incubator tokens, which I feel like that might be quite good, to be honest with you. And I'm going to play... no attacks. I am going to have another 2/2 creature. And I'm going to end the turn there. My Glissika's going to die, I think. Oh, that seems... That's... non-elf creature, power X or less, where X is not. So just kill anything with that. That's fine. Bye-bye, Glissika. Oh. She's an elf. She's saved by being an elf. Okay. Okay, idea. Right, we're going to crew you with you. Right. Okay, it's going to build up a bit more. Pass to attackers. And... yeah. Oh, oops. Didn't quite do it, did I? Oh yeah, that's got Convoke. Yeah, so you could cast it with that one. That was confusing for a second. Blue mana, okay. Right, so... Phyrexian. You're a Phyrexian cleric, okay. You're a Phyrexian. If I attack with everything, I mean, he can swing for 8. He can swing for about 14, I believe. Oh. He can swing for a lot more than 14. He can swing for 22. And I can gain 2 life. If he lets all of these through, though, 6, 9, 10, 11, he takes exactly 11 damage, so he dies. 6, 9, 10, 11. It's got to block something. Yeah. Let's go for it. I might still be dead next turn, of course. I didn't really calculate this very well, I think. But it worked, and we end the turn, because I don't think he realised I had first strike and death touch. He can hit me for 8 damage with these. He can get Lure Win. Oh, he's gaining 5 life with that. That's pretty cool. What does it do? Winnowing forces, power and toughness equal to the number of lands you control. That's yeah, that's a pretty scary one. 12 life points. So 4, 8. It's 11 damage again, isn't it? Except that's not a Phyrexian. He can do me 13 damage. He can make a really huge creature. But I just need to... Yeah, he's going to concede. I just need to give first strike and death touch every turn. And I just win. Right. Okay, nice. We're off the mark. Oh yeah, I've got to change the card that's on the front of the deck. I dropped this guy from the deck, the Hirobi's Death's Whale. I realised I'm not playing enough things that work with this, and my opponent's deck might be able to take advantage if I'm playing against blue that can just target and tap 2 things down with 1 card. I could just give him a 2-for-1, and it's also a double black card, so I decided I had to drop this. A bit too hard to cast. Yeah, I think it's all about... Actually, it's built around Grimgrin, let's be fair. He should be on the front. And we got Grimgrin to kill something, but then I completely forgot he had a 1/1 death touch. If I just killed the death touch, he wouldn't have been able to trade off. But yeah, these things happen. Mana-wise, we got a green and black hand. Of course, we got the white 2-drop creature, which is sort of looking like a bad idea. But that's nice. We've got perfect land. What about creatures? We get our 1-drop. And then Invasion of New to kill anything. And then a 4-drop. And I need double black for this. That'll be the tricky one. But I think we can get away with this. Well, there's double black. Things have worked out beautifully. Two-drop. No 2-drop. Okay, I'll play the plains now, and yeah, you do not want to play that. You want to save that until you can actually kill something. The Holy Frazzle Cannon is probably not worth working towards. This is just, it's all about the getting to exile something for 2 mana, I think. Oh, nothing. Well, okay. Right, we've got no 3-drops we want to play, so let's just play our tap land. And it's all going to happen next turn. So we're thinking big creature deck. Yeah, he's hit his 4th land. Things are going to start happening. Nothing's happening? Okay. We've got our blue splash mana, which is amazing. We want to swing with this guy. Oh, he could have some kind of flash creature. So this would let me attack for 4 next turn. I'd have to pay 2. Yeah, no, this is the one, because this I've got to pay 2 next turn with the Converter Beast. So this makes sense. Ah, he does have something. 2 creature cards can come back, so then he can get his Gloomfang Mauler and cycle it again if he needs another land. I like that, yeah. Pretty good. Still not doing anything. Very suspicious. Okay, I'm going to play a forest here. And we are swinging in. Hasn't missed a land drop. Has cycled one thing and done an instant. Oh. Yeah. You know what this looks like? This 100% looks like the board sweeper. Yeah. I'm going to play this guy anyway because he incubates for 5, so that's not under threat until I hatch it. Right, Invasion of Fiora. Turn 6. No, the Gargantua. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, so we can Invasion of New Capenna, first of all. We can sacrifice a 0/1. Exile that. And then we've got 10 damage. And we win. Was really expecting Invasion of Fiora there to sweep my board. But interesting, he didn't miss a land drop. Must have had a hand full of huge monsters or something. Sometimes you can get in trouble if you're playing too many combat tricks, or too many non-creature, non-removal spells, and then the deck just gives you all of them. Okay, we've got the white-black start. We've got Ica Drinker turn 1 again with Invasion. That's good. This draws me a card. Maybe this will draw me into a forest. So I think I'll keep this. We're going to be on the draw again. We've drawn a forest. That's fantastic. Very lucky indeed. Okay, Norn's Inquisitor incubates 2. I see. And it gets an extra thingy. Ah, that's pretty nasty. So that's going to become a 3/3. Is it worth killing this guy? I don't think so. I'm going to swing in. He's not got first strike. There's a forest and a 3/1. We get to surveil. We've actually got loads of land. We've got loads of land, but that gets us the island. It gets us the island. I think I keep it. So he's got a 3/3. He can block my... He can trade up with his 1/1. Kill my 3/1. And the thing that draws cards, and he's going to make that even bigger. Okay, and then hit me. Right, I don't really want to take another 4 damage next turn. So we could Invasion of New Capenna. We could do that. Sacrifice this guy. Or just gain 4 life back with this. And just assume he's got something nastier on the way. And these two could trade off for this. Yeah, maybe that's the right way to play it. No attacks. Though there's a pretty bad outcome here if he's got a combat trick. So I realise I've got to pay 1 to incubate this for 2. And they love playing combat tricks. My opponents. Okay, it was actually a removal spell. I don't feel so bad if it's a removal spell. And that's a 3/3. Wow. It's not looking good for us here. Right, I can play a couple of 2/2s, which can double block a 3/3. I think that's quite a good move. Okay, that's going away to draw a card. It's going to look for a haymaker to finish me off. Do I want to double block? No, I'm on 22 life. I can take 4, I think. Dramatic Revelation. Okay, you can get rid of my removal card now. Or he can incubate 3 if he decides not to. Yeah, he got rid of the removal card. That's fair. Drag Recycler. Nice. Pretty good. Pretty good card draw outlet. Play the planes. Right, we have a War Historian. Can always do this to try spend 3 mana to get a 2/2, so we could do Blade Master and do the Ichor Drinker thing. Or we could play these 2 here. Okay, I feel better about having a 3/3 on the board. That is a good, pretty good turn 2 play. It sort of sets you up for your turn 3 play. Gets you a 3/3 on turn 3 every time. Seems pretty awesome, actually. I guess the only drawback, it's only a 1/1, but so he's got 2 cards. He knows what I've got, which is nothing really. Swamp, 1 card left. He can take something away. Oh dear, he had another removal, and it's the 3/3 that's gone. And then I have to obviously trade a couple of 2/2s. But I'm going to go ahead and take 4 damage, I think. Okay, we didn't hit what we wanted there, unfortunately. Play Skirt Surveyor. We'll get an island out of the deck. Play an island. Do the Ica Drinker thing. We can do that at instant speed. And go next. No attacks. And turn. Yes, Under the Gateway was the other thing he had, and he used the Smite basically to take out my 2 creatures. Oh god, yeah, this thing's good. Incubate 4, Phyrexians have Vigilance, so that's going to be a 5/5. Good top deck. Let's pop this one. He's got nothing in hand. Just have to trade off. I'm just wondering, do I want something in the graveyard? Yeah, there is a reason to put this in the graveyard. Just have a look at his stuff again, and hopefully I'm not messing up here. But I've got the... So next turn I've got a 5/5 to deal with. See, that's why. I've got Invasion of Tolvada in the deck. That brings target non-battle permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It only affects my graveyard. Oh. Has to be non-battle, so it can only be the knight. But that's fine. Let's tap the blue mana, please, and keep 1 white mana up. So that's why I wanted that in the graveyard. Pretty nice. Okay. Next. And we're probably, to be honest, could just take 5 next turn. Or I could block with 3 2/2s and hope he didn't get the combat trick. I'll tell you what, yeah, I probably should have played that swamp. If I top deck another land, this can actually double pump. Actually only 1 away, 1 mana away. But never mind. I think I can afford to take 5 damage. Ah. So he can add 3 to a... yeah, it's just going to be a 2-point drain life. Fair enough. So that's a big nasty thing. He's not attacking. He is not attacking. Wonderful. Yeah, we've got got no way of getting through this wall here. Yeah, I think keeping this card in my hand, that just it's given him some uncertainty. Okay, Grimgrin. I think I've just got to remove the uncertainty for a second because... Oh no, that was stupid. I just realised I only have 3 mana available. And now he can probably batter me this turn. But I'm on 12 life. I need some fuel for Grimgrin, so I'm going to have to sacrifice something next turn. But I could pop this and get something back, which is pretty awesome. He's got 2 cards in hand. Oh, Obosh. 2 Oboshes in 3 games. Okay. Well, these things, luckily, these cost 0. That costs 6. That one is going to doing 6 damage. Nasty. So that's a 6/5 now, effectively. That's how it works. Right, 6 damage basically coming through. So I can trade 3 things to kill it. And Obosh, of course, does 6. I'm going to do no blocks to go down to 6. Okay, over to my turn. Okay, got 8 mana. We can pump this twice. I'm going to untap Grimgrin. Sacrifice this dude. Got a 6/6 that could sort of trade off with something. Is it suicidal to... Oh, I get a 1/1 chomp blocker from that. And I get a 4/4 flying vigilance. I think I'd like to attack the Broken Sky. Pop you. Obviously he's going to sacrifice it first. Get a card. I lose a point of life. Are you blocking this guy? So I didn't... you see? Crucial. Didn't go up to 7/7. So he can trade just with Obosh or this guy, the 3/5. Okay. Obviously, this guy's doing 6 damage. Okay, they've all got vigilance, haven't they? Because of this thing. yeah, because this guy does 6 and this guy does 5, I'll kill the Doombringer. Seems reasonable. And we'll end the turn. So Obosh does 6 damage. I'm going to have to block that. Doesn't have menace though. And the 5/5, bit of a problem as well. But I can double pump this guy. It's looking like he might have some removal. Let's use one timeout. Okay, let me double check everything is working fine. Yeah, that's good. Okay, can pump something up. That's gonna do more damage. Oh, that gets to 4/4. That's pretty nasty. 1 card left and 3 mana. Attack with everything, I think. Be pretty good here. Not attacking. We're lucky. Oh, wow. And now we've got Glissika. Herald of Predation. I think we're best off playing the land, so we've got 4 mana available. And then, because we want to incubate twice, and then play them out. And no attacks. Oh, so yep, sacrifice that, draw a card. Good point. That is going to kill me, that dude. And those extra cards are going to be horrendous as well. It's interesting, it tapped out all of my green mana, so I can't actually pump Iridescent Blade Master, which is kind of funny. But I don't think anyone really understands the ways of the auto-tapper. Yeah, Deadly Derision. Oh well, he had removal. That is a shame. There's nothing clever I can do in response. That's just dead. So remember, Obosh is a 6/5. This is a 4/2 because it is an odd. Yeah, odd numbered casting cost. Okay, cool. He is attacking. Right. No, he's withdrawing at 1. He's withdrawing that. And he's withdrawing that. Okay, popping these. We survive another turn. I feel like he's killed all of my good things. This can attack and be indestructible. This can attack and it'll be a 6/6. But I'm the one on 4 life. I've got to top deck something, I think. I don't think I can go and attack, really. And end turn. Oh, sacrifice. Yes, sacrifice the treasure. Nice. And then I'm down to 3. Ooh, it's not feeling good. What else have I got in my deck to look forward to that could actually turn this around? Not much, really. We've got all the 5 drops. We've got another one of these, which will give me 4 more life and draw a card. That could help me survive a bit longer. Oh, yeah, 5/5 menace. That's pretty serious, with backup 2 as well. Okay, that does 8 damage now. It's funny how the Iridescent Blade Master always turns out to be a lot better than I think, because you get these long games where you've got nothing to spend your mana on. Right, so pass 2 blockers. Right, I think on balance the knight should go in and block, and one of the 2/2s. Yeah, get some menace from that. Is there something else that's happening that I'm not aware of? I don't have another reanimation spell, but he doesn't know that, so he can worry about me bringing that knight back. Okay. He gets a 2-for-1. Right, my turn. Oh, here we go. This guy's pretty good. So, yeah, I can make a 5/5 with that. No attacks. And turn. It is just tap. So you want to start sacrificing significant creatures. Oh yeah, he's done it. Killed a 4/4. But yeah, you can do that this turn, and then next turn I'm dead. So I sort of need to do something. Need to gain some life, basically. So, yeah, he's got me here, really, because I can't deal with that thing. Creature tokens have lifelink. How many blockers do I need against his team? 3. I need to keep 5 blockers back. So 1. I don't want to face plant into just death. Okay, we've got to play the negotiator. Make him a 6/6. Haven't really thought this through, to be honest with you. Oh, we can play that, and the idea is we hit the broken sky, and we get a creature generator, and there's a chance he messes up by attacking at the wrong time. I mean, obviously those just face plant into various monsters. 1, 2, 3. I'll do that as well, because that's indestructible. So they're going to trade off with Obosh. Fair enough. You could run out of creatures to sacrifice. Oh yeah, he just sacrifices Obosh. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and then I'm dead. If I had held that card back, he could have thought it was instant life gain. Yeah, probably not going to die that way too often. But yeah, that 2-drop that lets you get a 3/3 incubate, basically. That's not bad. That really just won him the board early on, and I just could not get through. And then, of course, he's able to remove my removal card with his hand destruction spell. I think I've already added this, but let's keep going. I'm on 2 wins, 2 and 1. Yeah, he had answers for pretty much everything. Okay, so we've got our 3 colours here, but only 2 land. We can play. We've got a 2-drop. This fixes my mana problems, but I have to hit a land, sort of turn 2 or turn 3. And then I can get Ingra and Essika, and things are really good at that point. I will keep this and take a bit of a gamble here. Bit of a gamble. But it's funny, when I go first, I seem to get the toughest decisions, but it works out. We're lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Cool, another land as well. Okay, I'm going to play that and swing in. This makes mana. Okay, Bellanon. Okay, right. That's the one that gives you a knight, and that, yeah, you can, yeah, do cool stuff. Basically, now I can play a Grimgrin here. Or I could play an Essika, which gives all of my creatures vigilance. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like all my creatures having vigilance. Seems good. Oh yeah, you've got to tap that for blue mana, haven't you? Yeah, you want to probably do that, and then attack like that. And you might want to trade off because obviously you can pump this thing. So it might be dangerous later. Right, what is it? Phyrexians get +1/+1. Okay. We can... oh. Would it not be better to tap... oh, actually, everyone's got vigilance, right? So, we attack first. Smart move. We've got... maybe tap you for blue? That seems like it might make more sense. Then play this guy. Yes, that works. And then we can play this guy as well. Just ramp everything out. Now, if this person has the board sweeper, I'll be sad. But he needs 2 more mana for the board sweeper. And I put sort of 12 power on the board. Okay, I've got to sacrifice something. Oh, this gives all my creatures vigilance. How does that work with this guy? Giant creature, -4/-4. That's fair. Okay. Oh, I think I can sacrifice in response, right? Sacrifice another creature. Sacrifice Inga and Essika, like that. Then that bounces and you do not get to surveil, which is cool. Okay, my turn. Do we simply want to swing in for 10 damage? Could we possibly regret that decision? Because we can't actually blow up any of his creatures. And it's sacrifice another creature, right? Oh yeah, we've just seen this guy. Yeah, very good. So looks to me, I just need to take away blockers here and I win. So Deadly Derision we'll use on this guy. He's got Surge of Salvation. Oh my god. Okay, well he's used that now, so that's nice. And let's go to my turn. That's pretty good. So let's destroy this again. Try again. Oh yeah, tell you what, the Phyrexian thing, this isn't actually going to work because he can activate this and block. Okay, I am going to sacrifice this. Phyrexians get +1/+1. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. We will sacrifice this. I will attack like this. He's going to make a blocker, and I should get through with 2 damage at least. So he has to chomp block. He's got another creature for 2 mana, another chomp blocker. I'm going to... yeah, I've got a difficult decision. But this 2/2 obviously isn't getting through a 3/3. So... and if he plays a creature, it just gets blown up. So quite an interesting situation. Okay, my turn. He realizes he can't play a creature. So effectively, by untapping, I'm trading it for this incubator, right? And yeah, if he blows up Grimgrin, I guess I'll feel pretty bad. But it's all a matter of timing. And we'll end the turn there. Now we're a bit stuck. He's got 4 cards left. He doesn't know what my card is. Oh, God. Of course. So he has the nice rare card that makes... well, he's made 2 jump blockers, basically. I'm going to play another forest and end the turn. So maybe I just lose from here. So these become 4/4s. He can actually swing for 10 damage. He can flip his thing. Oh God! All the incubation things. And is he going for that by any chance? Yeah. To pump everything by 1 +1 +1. And I am just going to draw land from now on for the rest of the game. And will not be able to finish him or even untap my my dude. Okay. Oh yes, that can tap to transform. He's got another nice thingy. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player or battle. So I'm dead next turn. At least it's mercilessly quick. How did that happen? Oh, because it's got backup. And yes, as I was absolutely 100% correct. I am just going to play lands for the rest of the game. Beautiful. This is a sealed deck. Not even a draft deck. And he needed that combat trick to actually win. That was my chance, and he literally had the Surge of Salvation to not die. Fair enough. Well played. Well played. Should I have sacrificed the 1/1 and the 2/2 to untap Grimgrin? And sort of force him to use his chomp blockers? It's a good question. Or do I, when I got my last blocker... Yeah, because probably a mistake. Yeah, I could have, if I had a 9/9 blocker there, that could have stalled out the game for me to find something more, because that last attack, I think, I got him down to 1 life. No, the second to last attack, I got him down to 1 life, and then after that, I'm just trading my only other creature for his 3/3, and assuming I'm going to top deck something. Yeah, I think that was the mistake. The final attack was a mistake. You got to leave Grimgrin untapped, or you can leave him tapped with your creature because you can untap at instant speed, and then he doesn't really want to play any creatures at all. He wants to play some fodder that you can blow up. But yeah, he's stabilized. Just got enough chump blockers. I didn't have trample, so yeah. Interesting game though. Okay, perfect mana. We've got Grimgrin again. We're back to turn 1 Ica Drinker. That's nice. So it's sort of 2 playables in the opening hand. We definitely keep it though. I'm going first. So yeah, last game I went first as well. I had a dodgy 2-lander which actually worked out. So that was something that was in my favour last game. Okay, well there's the second black for my other removal spell, so that's nice. But the hand's looking quite reactive, as they say. Yeah, let's play planes. And no attacks. And the problem with a reactive hand, you have these tricky decisions. Do you kill their early creatures with your removal cards? Or do you wait for a big blocker that could hold off their creatures? And you're tempted to use your mana, so your mana's not going to waste. So yeah, as we know with this guy, can be a threat later. I might be justified going for cut short here. Oh, that's a battle. Oh, that was a good one. That can kill a non-elf creature. It's 6 mana. Okay, we actually found a relevant creature. That's good. So we can have a 3/3 blocker. I think that might be a good idea. Or a couple of 2/2s. Swing in. We could swing in with a 2/2 lifelink. And then have him trade off potentially. I like that idea. Yeah, swing in with a 2/2 lifelink. Gain a little bit of life. Maybe he wants to trade off, and then I've got an incubate creature. Yeah, pest is trading off. Fair enough. Yeah, he's already got the value from the pest. And end the turn. Okay, interesting situation here. We block. Because we can use this if he pumps. Because it's convoke, so yeah, we can tap the guy to pay the extra mana. Okay. Or if you do that, I'm going to kill the target so you don't get the ramp effect. Oh, you target the player. You still get the ramp effect, so I don't punish him for that, unfortunately. So, yeah, we will swing in for 2. Play that one. And end the turn. Oh, this is... Yeah, silly me. This is sorcery speed, that ability, so I've got to do that now. Good job I didn't spend my mana on that last turn, and I wouldn't have been able to kill his thing. And that would have been a 4/4 creature he could pump, so I think that's a pretty good use of removal. He's got this Invasion of Lorwyn, so that can... Oh, he could kill my mana fixing dude. Which, of course, he is. he knows. But he's going to feel pretty sick now, because I've got Glissa. Let's incubate twice, please. Oh, and she's an elf creature, so yeah, that's right. She's Invasion of Lorwyn proof. Goreclaw. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen this guy. Yeah. And he's got tandem takedown, of course. Right. Yeah. Glissa never lasts long. He's tapped out, so I'm thinking... so Goreclaw, when he attacks, becomes toughness 4. I'm thinking because he's got, you know, combat tricks and stuff, and also this is card draw. It makes it makes big creatures cheaper. Yeah, we've got to do this now. And we're keeping that treasure, obviously, for our very special zombie next turn. And end the turn. So they've got a little selection of incubator tokens to play with. Bloated Processor is a rare. 3/2, sacrifice a Phyrexian, put a counter on him. When he dies, incubate X, where X is his power. So he's already incubating for 3 when he dies. And then he's got the Carvu to pump it up. That's pretty sweet. Okay. Okay, my turn. Let's see. Let's play Grimgrin and see what else we can do. Yeah, I can untap at instant speed, I suppose. No attacks. And end turn. Oh, War Historian. Okay, another 3/3. One card left. Is it removal for Grimgrin? That's passed to attackers. It is going for that. Okay. So obviously we want to exile the Bloated Processor. Let's try doing that first. Might reveal what card he's got if he's got some protection spell. Exiled does not incubate. Cool. He didn't play a card. Right. Should we risk untapping Grimgrin? I'm going to say yes. Wait. The smart way of doing this is... Okay, this can't block anyway. It can't block anyway. Let's see if we will come to regret this decision. Another instant speed removal spell. He's had tandem takedowns so far. He could... Yeah, he's got the Deadly Derision. Okay, nice. He literally had it. Oh well. Jungle Hollow. This thing just sort of gets through. So this is an XX, a huge creature. So yeah, 7/7. This thing's problematic because it's indestructible. War Historian lets me... Yeah, I think that just trades with his 3/3, and then I make a 2/2 to chump block. I think that's about the size of it. Be good if this was indestructible if it was defending a battle. I'd like that. So we've got to make a chump blocker. You're chump blocking there. You're just going to trade there. So realistically, yeah, we're just going to chump block again, I think. I'm going to activate this one. And swing in for 3. And earn the turn. And we'll activate that. Jump block. Did we get something? Vanquish the weak. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less. Yes, we got something. Okay, 3-turn clock now on him. Another chomp blocker. This can find me my island. Did he get something? 2/3. With a tap ability. Obviously that can swing in and get him the XX. I'll use the Surveyor. I can sacrifice that to make a 3/3 as well next turn. Right. But I'm going to swing in with a 3/3. It's a tight one, this. He's going to take the damage. Yeah, his best policy is to turn that treasure into a 3/3 incubate token. Okay, forest. He could attack and then I have to jump block, but then I win, I think. Okay, we've got a 2/2. It's not going to beat his 3/3 Phyrexian though. Okay, I'm going to swing in with a 3/3 and force him to do his stuff. Combat trick. Okay, nice. It was a fight spell. So he gets his huge creature next turn unless I double jump block. which is a shame. Or I can trade off for one of his creatures. He gets his 10/10 creature. Oh, he's got another huge creature. So that becomes a 6/6 reach lifelink, and then that, yeah, that's horrendous. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm not going to give you that creature, so I will double block. But is there anything funny about this? Okay. He didn't sacrifice it. Okay, Ingana Essica, what can you do? Just to be a 4/4, really. I'm going to have another planes out. So that's vigilance now. No attacks, and we're... Tell you what we are missing, bit of evasion in this deck. Right. Obviously, if that goes through, he gets a huge blocker. I'm probably best off blocking like that. Wait. I can trade off with Polychronos because that is a sorcery speed thing. Yes, I'm going to go for that, even though he's probably got a combat trick. I don't have much option at this point. I've got to just hope. Cool, he trades for Essica. That could have been a lot more impressive for him. Okay, this is life gain and draws me a card. That's nice. It's a land card. Okay, we'll play a swamp and go no attacks. Etched Familiar. Well, he probably should just attack it, and then I'm going to chump block. Have I got through all of my cool things? Grimgrin, Ingrin Essica, Glissa. I can't believe it. He didn't attack. This is an interesting one. Okay, so that's our answer to him getting the creature. We then kill his creature. Okay. We've drawn an answer, and we've built up 30 life points as well. Let's see. He's got on 18 cards. I'm on 15. How long is this going to go? Do you want to sacrifice that and do me 2? Okay, yeah, that puts you on 4. That makes sense. And then you've got a 3/3. Get into the sort of the safety zone. Finally, Evasion of Lorwyn flips. He's won the battle, and it's a 10/10. Make that an 11/11. Okay, we have a way of bringing a creature back from the graveyard. I'm not going to go for Grimgrin. I think it has to be Glissa. That is the best thing I've got. I'm going to try my removal ploy first. Oh, you can sacrifice that for a card, by the way. You can get a 3/3. Pretty good value, this Huntmaster. It's done a lot of good stuff. Right, then I'm playing this. Bringing back Glissa. Got a lot of battles, apparently. Make sure I pick the right thing. And let's incubate twice. And end the turn. Have you got another removal card? I can't believe it. It's had removal for Glissa both times. Yeah, you got me. Ridiculous. Unfortunately, I've only got grizzly bears against his hill giants. He's got to be careful with his attacks a little bit. Okay, no attacks. Every time I blow up one of his things, he just sacrifices it and gets a 3/3, which is pretty impressive. And yeah, he can just do that. Sacrifice it to untap it, basically. Let's count the land. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 land. We've got... So there's only 6 land left in the deck. It's still about half of the deck, unfortunately. Okay, this is obviously going to be super powerful. It makes a 1/1. Okay, it's not super powerful, but it's good enough. And it's more fodder for this guy, unfortunately. So let's activate that. And he should obviously have enough blockers. I'm going to just double block a 3/3. Trade a 2/2 for a 3/3 seems good. This can obviously become a 3/3 and make a 1/1. Okay, as we know, there's half the deck is land, so it's a 50-50 every round, whether I get a land or a card. There's not much left in the deck. What are we looking for now? I think our the dude that we can pump ridiculous amounts is still in the deck. Unless it's been exiled. Okay, 6. So 4-turn clock from these dudes. Okay, that can look at the top of my deck, and it can trade with a 3/3. That's pretty good. Obviously, yeah, I'm going to turn that, upgrade that into a 3/3. This has been good value, I've got to say. Knight of the New Coalition is good. Yeah, we want that. That's a couple of 2/2s next turn. It's another long grindy game. Okay. I guess we don't necessarily want to put that in the graveyard. I think we trade with one of these creatures and take 6. Oh yeah, gets, yeah, I don't get the surveil power from that because I know what's on top, but seems like the right move. Get a couple of 2/2s now. Yeah, we've got an entire deck of grizzly bears. It feels like lots of 2/2s. So it is literally 50% land left in the deck. Let's double block that one and let that through. Okay, Fertilid's favour. Cool. He's got another land out of his deck as well, so combat trick gets those two. Didn't really have any option there, but we do have an answer. We've got a Death Toucher. We don't want to spend the Phyrexian mana. I think we want to activate this sorcery just to give him 3 toughness, which could be important. See if he dies instant speed. Nice. Combat trick and targeted removal. Great. So he managed to get 2 deadly decisions in his deck, right? Deadly derision. Deadly decision. Okay, next. So it's now chump blocking time. We got to block the 5/5. Oh, and he gets another 3/3, and he wins because he just attacks with everything. But yeah, this is definitely MVP, the completed Huntmaster. Top deck's another removal card. Yes, I can see why he played black-green. He had about 18 black removal spells. Killed Glissika both times. I played her, of course, killed my zombie Grimgrin. I was able to do that in response to me untapping it, of course, after I'd sacrificed, but that's bound to happen, I suppose. Oh well, not quite as good today. So, 2 wins, 3 losses. We get 600 gems back. We'll have a look at the deck here. Didn't seem too bad. I felt I was playing a bit fast and loose, going for a 3-colour deck where all 3 colours are sort of have got 5 land, basically, or well, 6 sources, including for green and black. The proper way to do it, I think, is to have 2 main colours and a splash colour. Just splash white maybe for the invasion. But I did really like Invasion of Dominaria because it's sort of gained 4 life, draw a card. We never flipped it. We had a hell of a time flipping any of the battles because we did not have evasion. So obviously I'd left out blue apart from these 2 dudes because I had a fair amount of removal, and I thought I'd clear the way with the removal, and that's how I'd get through. And yeah, I went for sort of building up a board full of creatures as well to go with Grimgrin. I think if you get Grimgrin, you want to, if you can, make a relevant deck. Seems that could work. So the flyers we could have played, we had the Golden Scale Aeronaut, Preening Champion, and the Zephyr Slinger. Really cool. So that can give a bunch of things flying. So yeah, that's a really good rare that we could have played. Obviously, it seems like I should have played that, but it is a double blue thing. The Hirobi's a double black flyer as well. Yeah, I like my deck though. I like the decision I made. I thought, yeah, let's make a tokens deck that can feed Grimgrin. But it's like people always had instant speed removal for Grimgrin when I decided to untap him. It felt like, yeah, the game 5 that last game I didn't really have much of a chance. He just had too much removal. Game 4 I kind of blew it. So I sacrificed my last creature with Grimgrin. Didn't have anything to kill with Grimgrin. I was just swinging in, effectively trading off one of his 3/3 tokens, and then just hoping I would top deck more creatures, which is naive. I've played Magic before. I should know that you can't rely on your deck to give it you anything. And a much better move would have been to leave, because effectively I killed Grimgrin myself by tapping him and not having any creatures. If I just leave a 9/9 untapped or an 8/8 untapped, it's very difficult for him to get through that unless he's got removal. So at least force him to have a removal card rather than just let him roll over as he plays out all his incubator things. But yeah, that would have been a better line of play in that game. Wasn't a guaranteed win because he did have a lot of stuff, and I had about 4 land draws in a row. But yeah, that was kind of fun. Claim my prize. My 3 packs. Okay, cool. Well, I think that's the video. Thanks for watching.